Hello there, you amazing viewers and subscribers, and welcome to a brand new Doctor Who episode 4 of my weekly series I'm doing of ranking every Doctor Who season. So over the last 3 weeks, I've done 39th place, 38th place, and of course 37th place. And they are on my channel, so I will probably put all the links underneath in the comments below, so you can go and check them out. So welcome to 36th place. Now, 36th place, this one was hard for me to say because out of all of classic Doctor Who, I enjoy a lot of classic Who seasons. But for me, in my eyes, in my opinion only, this is the weakest classic Doctor Who season, and it's in 4th place. It is no other than season 9, which was broadcast in 1972, which is basically its 50th anniversary. Now, season 9 contains over 5 good stories. We've got Day of the Daleks, the Curse of Paladin, the Sea Devils, the Mutants, and the Time Monster. The strongest story of the season is definitely the Sea Devils. The weakest, it's between Day of the Daleks and, of course, the Time Monster. Where the very, very least weakest is, of course, the Mutants. So I'm going to show you what I own of these stories, what I own of them on, and then, of course, carrying it out for you. So, coming into season 9, I own one Target novel book, which I've got in my little shelf here, which is known as The Sea Devils. And this is a good book, by the way. Then, of course, jumping into VHS territory now, I've got Doctor Who, The Day of the Daleks on VHS. Doctor Who, The Curse of Paladin. And, of course, The Time Monster. And then, of course, on DVD, I own all of the 5 stories. So we've got Day of the Daleks on DVD. We also have The Curse of Paladin. We also have The Sea Devils, my favourite story of the season. The Mutants. And, of course, The Time Monster. Now, this is John Pertwee's 3rd season as the incredible, amazing 3rd Doctor. It is Katie Managan's 2nd series as Jo Grant. It's the 2nd season to feature Roger Delgado as the Master, where basically this is the 4th or 5th season to feature Nicholas Courtney as the Brigadier Alistair Gordon Lethbridge Stewart. And this is another good season. Well, I would say it's a good season, but for me, I have to say, it's definitely the weakest classic Doctor Who season. So let me see what I'm going to say about it. I've got my list here. So the one good thing about it is we have the return of the Daleks after 5 years. And the reason I don't really care for this Doctor Who Dalek story, they've got the voices for the Daleks completely wrong. In fact, you've only got 3 Daleks in it. You got Ogron's working for the Daleks. The only good thing about it is you got the time travel stuff going on in it. John Pertwee is amazing as the 3rd Doctor. I love the fact that he's there running after the gorillas and he runs into the suit, like into the kind of tunnel bit, and he turns around and you got a Dalek going, exterminate, and you go, meow. I do love that bit. I love the fact when the Doctor's on the table and they go, this is the Doctor. He is the enemy of the Daleks. He must be exterminated. But this isn't the weakest story of the season for me to say. It's the 2nd kind of weak story of the season. If you watch the special edition that you get on the DVD, it is a lot better. The special edition, you've got Nicholas Briggs, who does the voice of modern Doctor Who Daleks. He's actually doing the voice for the classic Daleks in this story, and he actually sounds a lot better than the actual voices for this story. Talking about the rest of the main cast, yeah, the only good thing about it, you've got John Pope as the Doctor, you have Jo Grant in it. They are the great cast members, by the way. It's one of the reasons why I do like the story a little bit. Unit, I do enjoy. But the rest of the story, apart from the time travel, it's actually kind of good. So the next story of this season is, of course, The Curse of Paladin, which is another fantastic kind of story. Now, this story features the return of the Ice Warriors since 1989, when they appeared in the Seed of Death. So that was season 6. So basically 3 seasons later, the Ice Warriors return. I like the fact we go to Paladin, where they're doing a kind of like Federation thing. Not the Federation from Star Trek, but a whole Federation with Earth. You have Centi Alpha 5, that kind of green, with the green headpiece with the tentacles and the way that woman speaks. I really do enjoy this story, I have to say. I like the fact that TARDIS ends up leaving Earth at this point without being controlled by the Time Lords. I don't know if the Doctor used the Gorilla's time little demonetization circuit. I don't know if he put that into the TARDIS to make the TARDIS take off, or is he messed around with his that much? He's actually got the TARDIS to work. It does work in another story as well, without being controlled by the Time Lords. But I really do enjoy The Curse of Paladin. It's one of those stories, it's my second favourite story of the season after the Sea Devils. I really do enjoy it. And I like the fact we have, I think it's David Troughton, who's the son of Patrick Troughton in this story, played King Paladin. I really do enjoy this story. And we are getting a big finish story of the 50 year, to celebrate 50 years of Paladin, where we've got Paul McGann's 8th Doctor, and of course, Colin Baker's 6th Doctor going there in big finish. I'm quite looking forward to getting that soon. I do enjoy this. I love the fact when the TARDIS lands on the cliff and the Doctor and Joe literally go out and the TARDIS just falls off the cliff, and you don't really see the TARDIS until the end of the episode part 4, where the Paladin end up pulling the TARDIS up for the Doctor. I really do enjoy that story. Next story is, of course, the Sea Devils. Now, this is my favourite story of this season, I have to say. It's definitely stronger. It's definitely the strongest of the season. I like the fact it continues on from the Daemons, where you got the Master being arrested. I love the Sea Devils, and they are coming back for the Legend of the Sea Devils later on in the spring. I love the fact that we've got the Sea Devils coming back. I love the fact this is a Sea Devil story. This is the very first one. I love when they come through the door and they literally go, "This is our planet." I love the Sea Devils, and when you see them like coming out of the ocean when the Masters is there trying to control them, and he goes, "Well, we attack them," and then you got the Sea Devil heading towards the Doctor, and the Doctor's with the Sonic activating the mind, and it just goes off screaming. I really do enjoy the Sea Devils. John Pertwee is amazing as the 3rd Doctor in this one. The only thing that I would say, do not try and do martial arts or Aikido if a Sea Devil is expecting it. Even though a Sea Devil does actually knock the Doctor unconscious in the story. The next story is this one for me. It is the really weakest story of the season. The Mutants. So the Time Lords send the Doctor a mysterious box to go to this planet meeting, sort of. I've only watched 2 episodes of this because I'll get bored of this story. I can't really connect to him. I don't really get connect into it. I just find it really, really boring. I need to give it another, I'm going to try and give it another watch in a couple of weeks. I just get so bored of this story. I don't really feel connected with it and stuff. But even at the times listening to the Doctor out on a mission forum, you got people being mutated and stuff. It's not one that I just cannot connect with. And then, of course, we go into the final story of this season, known as the Time Monster. Yes, we are going to the Time Monster now. The Master's back using Tom Tit machine. You've got the Doctor building the time tracer, and he tracks down the TARDIS. You've got the Master going, "Come, Kronos, come!" And then you've got Kronos just coming, flapping his arms and stuff. I really do enjoy this story a lot. I like the fact we go to Atlantis. I do enjoy Atlantis. I like the fact when the Doctor and the TARDIS, and like after you do the big space time ram and the 2 TARDISes bash into each other. I like the fact when the Doctor and the Doctor materialises his TARDIS inside the Masters, and the Masters materialises into the Doctors. And the Master goes, "Good, I really have him trapped now." And I love when he goes, "I'm so sorry about your cocksit too, Miss Grant." Do like Roger God knows the Master. He's absolutely great. I love the story when you got that epic scene where you got the TARDIS, the Doctor's TARDIS and the Master's TARDIS literally coming out of each other. The TARDIS gets flinged into the time vortex where the Master goes to our series. And you kind of think the Doctor's dead, but he's actually, I don't know how he managed to survive being thrown into the time vortex by Kronos. I really do enjoy this story. I love the fact you got Unit when they've got the Doctor's TARDIS on a lorry bringing it, and the Master's like, "We can't allow the Doctor's TARDIS to enter it. No." I like the fact the Master tries his hardest to try and stop the Doctor from getting his TARDIS. I love the fact when the Doctor literally gets in Bessie because he's done something to Bessie's engine and makes it go super fast. The Brigadier goes, "I will see you when you get there, Doctor." And he literally there driving along, and then the 3rd Doctor just goes in Bessie, takes over the Brigadier. Brigadier was not expecting that one. I really do love this story. It's absolutely great. I love when the Brigadier's just there and he's like, they're just driving, going, and the 3rd Doctor just takes over and he's like, I really do love that scene. But to rank the stories of this season, I would definitely have to say it goes to Sea Devils, The Curse of Paladin, The Time Monster, Day of the Daleks, and then of course the Mutants, which is the least weak. Well, it's basically the weakest. But to actually say the Sea Devils is definitely 10 out of 10. Curse of Paladin, 9 out of 10. When you get to Day of the Time Monster, that's basically a 9 out of 10 as well. Going down to the Day of the Daleks, which is just a 4 out of 10. I just don't really like it. If I was going to say the special edition, I would actually say the special edition is a 10 out of 10, but I can't really do that to the whole story. It's just basically the story. It's by not just by how good the special edition is. And then we get to the Mutants, which is a 0 out of 10. I just cannot get into that story. So, I really have to say this. Definitely the weakest is the Mutants. It's definitely a 0 out of 10. So, this is welcome. Thank you for watching this video. Please do like, subscribe, and share. And join me for the next episode of ranking Doctor Who, every Doctor Who season from 1963 to 2022. And join me for next week when I talk about 35th place. Have a great day.